All right, welcome back. Now we're switching our conversation to health and body enhancements and weight loss and all those things around that. I'm joined here by an advanced clinical weight loss expert, Elizabeth Onyeama. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Your title is very, very heavy.
Yes,
This is a very interesting topic because I was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine earlier today.
Yeah.
And, we're talking about, a couple of friends of hers who she had seen, who had gone through childbirth and all of that, and how different they looked now.
Yes.
And she was wondering why, people don't seem to talk about it a lot more. And she also said she probably understands now why body enhancement has become a little more popular, because it's really hard how much your body changes after childbirth. Why is there still so much of a stigma around, enhancements or cosmetic surgery or cosmetic enhancements as a whole?
The truth about it is that personally, I see nothing wrong with body enhancement. It's a broad topic. It just depends on the angle in which you're going to take it from. Talking about weight loss itself is body enhancement. You're changing yourself. You're deciding. Even for the men who decide to go about body lifting, and then, I've seen some really skinny guys. I want to see really skinny guys, and then they get really, really serious in the gym, watch their diet, and they're all buffed up after a while. It's still body enhancement. And then we now have others who will decide to go about it the artificial way by wearing boob pads, butt pads, the cinchers, and then those who now decide to take it a step forward with the semi-permanent procedures such as the liposuction and the rest of it. So it just depends on the angle in which you take it from. I see nothing wrong with it. Everybody has reasons why they want to work on themselves. Maybe it is for self-confidence. Maybe it's to look more sexy or more, There are just different reasons why. It could be you just want to be comfortable in your own skin. I don't see anything wrong with that. My line of work right now as a clinical weight loss consultant, to a large extent, can still be connected to the beauty field, So I wouldn't say body enhancement is wrong. There are people as well who maybe were involved in a particular accident, and then had an issue with their nose and have to do a rhinoplasty. There is nothing wrong with it. So body enhancement isn't bad, even if there are things that people need to know before they take that huge step. And I'm talking about, the semi-permanent one. Now, talking about mothers, I'm a mother myself, and I can relate totally with what you just said right now, talking about the conversation you have with your friend. Because at my heaviest, I was over 110. My belly was so big and massive, and I didn't like the way I looked, coming from someone who used to have this beautiful, fabulous shape, when did having children become such a bad thing? It's expected that you get married and then the kids should come. But then when the kids come, and the way we have our kids here in Nigeria, by the time you have the first one, mom is telling you, your mother-in-law is telling you, sharp, have the second one. So you're not even done getting rid of the first pregnancy, the fat you gathered in the first pregnancy. And then you're getting in with the second and then the third, and God knows how many. And usually, you're supposed to add at least 15 kgs healthy weight during pregnancy. So no matter what, no matter how hot and sexy you looked, you will add weight. So now the issue is, after you had your child, do not waste time. Begin to work on yourself immediately. Some people would say, okay, depending, if maybe they had a CS operation, they could wait after 3 months before they now begin, rigorous exercise diet. Those of them who give birth to vaginal birth can almost start like 6 weeks after childbirth. So there is really nothing wrong about it. It's just that people are not ready to put in the work to get their bodies back to the way it was before they had children.
You said put in the work there, and I know I've also been in this conversation with a lot of people, even some men, who will tell you, I've been working out for 3-4 years. I've tried virtually every diet or diet fad there is out there, and I hardly see any results. Or some people even tell you after working out, they probably are even adding more weight because it's just not working for them. Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible.
To work out and diet and not lose weight?
Yes, very possible.
So people like that, what happens to them if they also say, I don't want to go the semi-artificial way?
So now the thing
or the semi-permanent way, I beg your pardon.
Now the thing about it is that what you just said is right. You could be working out rigorously. You could be dieting, depending on the kind of diet you're doing, which is why I like the word you said when you said a fat diet. And fat diets are usually known not to give you lasting results. That's why they're called fat diets. You do them in 10 days, you lose 10 kgs, and the moment you go back to your regular lifestyle, everything comes back. And that is what we have out there, you know. Not only do we have fad diets, we also have a whole lot of unsustainable diets out there. I mean, tell me, I'm trying to lose weight, and you're telling me that I should drink carrot juice and cucumber juice and eat one fish and then take a carrot. It's not sustainable, because in the long run, the fact that I am hungry, which is a natural instinct that comes with a human person, will come. And when it happens, I will descend on anything I see, whether it is good for me or it is bad for me. At that point in time, it is me just trying to survive by eating anything I see. So that is what happens to most people. But the truth about it is that you can actually, if a client, for instance, like my clients are really lucky because I don't starve them. They eat meals that are regular. A regular Nigerian can, you know, relate with these meals. And I'm just talking about Nigerians, even people that are from different parts of the world. So if a person is lucky enough to find... Now, another problem is most people look out for make me lose weight. That should not be the focus. You should look for a lifestyle. So there is nothing wrong if you do find or meet a weight loss consultant and then you quiz and ask her, what are your meals like? Will this be there? Will that be there? Will I starve? Find out all these things before you end up committing yourself to the program, so that you don't feel like you've paid for it, you have to go through it, and after losing the weight, you gain it all back. No. Go for a lifestyle. So that's the mistake most people make.
Okay, before we go now very quickly, because we're almost out of time. I know we are supposed to be paying you for your consulting or whatever it is.
Yes.
But in a nutshell, what does a healthy lifestyle look like for an average person watching now?
Okay, so now the healthy lifestyle is simply, first of all, we are going to tackle it from two angles. What you eat and how you move your body. Now, starting from what you eat, focus on eating natural foods. Try your best to stay away from processed foods. When I mean processed foods, foods that have gone through some kind of modification. I'm talking about body modification. When you hear things like chemicalized substances added to food and all these things, these are also things that trigger weight gain, but people don't know that, you know. So focus on a natural diet that you have around you. Instead of going for peanut butter, go for regular granules. Instead of doing salads with salad cream, why don't you use a little bit of avocado? You get what I'm trying to say? Instead of frying your fish, now for those of us who are adults, don't do fries. Go for grilled stuff, the grilled fish, grilled chicken, you know. They are good for you. And then when it comes to carbs, which are the bad guys when it comes to weight gain and all that.
Which we Nigerians love.
Yeah, because I love carbs. Like telling me to do a diet without carbs, you're killing me. So you go for the ones that I would always say are unrefined. Unrefined in the sense that nothing has been removed away from the carb. Just the carb the way it is, yam as it is, sweet potato as it is, plantain as it is, you know. And avoid the derivatives such as gari, where stuff has been removed from it. Chaff.
You want to kill us?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it is just the truth,
yes.
The importance of fiber. And then when it comes to movement, people just tend to have this belief that for you to exercise, you have to be caught up in a gym. Wrong. Or that you have to wear
just
your...
Simply walking around is good enough.
Do you understand? What you just need to do is burn more calories. And burning more calories just requires you to stand up more often and move just a little, as frequently as possible. So it becomes relatable. It doesn't feel like a daunting task where I have to wake up in the morning. No, calm down, relax, you know. So let me just say a quick tip. Normally I'll tell my clients when you're on calls, don't sit, pace while you're on calls. That way...
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Sorry. Very sorry to cut you off there. But thank you very much. And looking forward to... I hope people reach out to you.
Yes.
And get more tips from you. Thanks a lot for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. Like I always say, you can follow the conversation on our social media platforms. I'll see you next Sunday. Do have a good week.